All right, well, we've discovered that if we have a main program here and we want to run a piece of code that's inside a different class file, you have to first of all name the class file you want to find the code in, then you have to name the code that you want to run, and then because it's coming from a static context, the code you're calling has to also be static here. So I've changed this code here a little bit because I wanted to show you something, because in the question it says here that I forgot I didn't address this one. It says must return a value, and a lot of people think that this might be the right answer, and you're kind of right. Why else would you have it unless it returned a value? Well, there is one instance, actually a couple instances I guess, where you would want to return a value, but you don't have to do that. That's not true. So this one is not the case here. All right, so let's look at this. So what I have here is I have basically the same piece of code that I started off with, and let me compile it. And it gives me an error because over here in tree, let's get rid of this. Let me do this here and return 1 again. Okay, so now let me compile it here. Oh rats, what did I do wrong here? Void type not allowed here. Oh, so if I go here, public static, okay, this return, let's see, I want to return a integer, so I got to do that. Compile it now. Okay, so now when I run it and I do tree.getTemperature, it returns the value of 1, kind of back to where I was. That's all fine and good, but let's say I don't want to return a value. Let's say I just want it to print something out. So I don't want to do this. I'm going to comment that out, and I just want it to say, I would just want it to print out, it's hot out here. Okay, so now if I compile it, I'm going to get some errors here. It says missing return statement. It's missing return statement because I say I'm going to return an int. So I have to get rid of that and say I'm not going to return anything. If I compile it now this thing comes in. Temperature. It says void type not allowed. That's because I'm trying to print something out, and the deal is here that from within a print statement, I'm trying to get this to return the value that I want printed out. But the get temperature, what I did here is I'm trying to short circuit that thing, and I'm trying to print out something over here. So I'm trying to print out something that I'm trying to get printed out. That just doesn't make sense. So here's how we fix this problem, is that we take this part here, and I'm just going to make it its own line of code here, and I'm going to comment this out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up this get temperature from tree, and tree is going to print it out here. So let's compile that and run it and see if I got it. So far so good. Yep, here we go. It's hot out here. So that was the other question that says it has to return a value, and it doesn't have to return a value. And in fact, this tree could have just done some sort of math calculation, I suppose, too, changing a variable or something like that, but it could just also just print something out like this. So you can see here that really the only one that could possibly work would be, it has to be declared static. It's unusual to not return something, but it doesn't have to. Like I just showed you, it could have just printed something out. So, okay, well, that was about all I wanted to go over. Hopefully you understand static and non-static and returns and methods a little bit better now.